Well, whilst we're talking about oversized pulley wheels, there's actually another product that's on the market that's made by Novaride. And this particular oversized pulley wheel is a little bit different to the other ones, and the price point is quite different. So let's roll the intro and let's have a look at it. Well, this Novaride oversized pulley wheel, unlike the Absolute Black and the Ceramic Speed, it uses a very traditional design. And what they've done is they've used two plates, and inside those plates you have the shafts, and the bearings sit on those shafts, and the pulley wheels spin inside those two plates. And of course the pulley wheels are oversized. Now the two plates on each side, what they look like is they look like they've had a sheet of carbon fibre, and those sheets have been cut out. So I would imagine that would be done with some kind of computer machine that cuts these out, calculates the most amount of sections they can get out of that sheet. So the cost of probably making that is relatively low compared to the other designs. And it looks like a kind of larger standard type of pulley wheel system. Now the really big thing about this is it's under half the price of the other two products. So it's very, very competitive and maybe offering the same performance. Now, when I talk about performance, that's with, you know, a note look down the bottom of the page, because even though we may be able to measure that and the companies are claiming that, the amount of performance you're going to get from this for the money that you pay is pretty small. But if you're still willing to pay that sort of money, that's fine. And remember, you may actually need to also pay a shop or like a bike shop to put them on, because there's quite a big tension on the spring and some of the brands are not so easy to fit. Now there's just something I wanted to talk about with these oversized pulley wheels, because a lot of people apply the chainring and cassette philosophy of a bigger cog or a bigger chainring is more efficient. Now what you need to realize is that's under load. Now when the chain is returning from the front chainring back through the derailleur to the cassette, the most least friction system would be no pulley cage on it, just the chain going straight back, right? So any path that goes outside of that, say round some cogs or whatever, or bigger pulley wheels, that makes the chain actually have more contact with those pulleys at the back, then it's going to it's just contact friction, because there is no load on them. And because the contact friction is more with oversized pulley wheels, really the thing about the pulleys being bigger is not going to give you the same efficiencies that you get with a bigger cog on the load side of the chain. So I just wanted to point out, because a lot of people, they get confused with that. So if you've got smaller pulleys on, and especially if as the pulley wheels move forward, you're actually getting less teeth in contact on those pulley wheels as the chain goes back onto the cassette. So if you have less cogs in contact, you're going to have less frictional drag, because there is no loading efficiency drag there. The chain is just going through with no load. So if you took that off the bike, the chain would just fall out, and the straighter that path is through those pulleys, the faster it's going to fall out, if that kind of makes sense. So I just wanted to clarify that. A lot of people think, oh yeah, you know, you have these bigger pulley wheels on the pulley wheel hanger that's only there to take up the chain length as the cogs change, because as you go to the cogs, obviously then you need to take up some chain. So that's all these things do on the bike, is take up the chain slack. And that's why you actually have a cog limit when you go from the big ring to the little ring and your cassette at the front, because this the derailleur can only swing so much to take up so much slack. So I hope that explains that part of why the bigger pulley wheels are not giving you any efficiency on the non-load side. Now, in conclusion, just looking at it from my opinion and my point of view, this one by Novaride, it seems to me like a more reasonable price. You know, you're talking about, I think it's $265 compared to, you know, the $700 range for the ceramic speed and the absolute black. So it's considerably less money. And you probably go, hey, look, if I want to try it, it's not such a big outlay. It still looks pretty sexy, and I do believe it comes in different colors as well. So it just really wins on price. So even if you go, hey, look, I like these oversized pulley wheels, I'm not too keen on the price, or I think the price is a bit high, which I must admit, I do think they are. I think they could make them cheaper. They could probably bring them down to a very similar price as a Novaride. Then this Novaride's probably a good choice if you just wanted to try one out to see what they like. And what's even better is if you go out and check out GC Performance, he actually did a pull down on one where he fits it onto a SRAM derailleur and shows it in detail, this new Novaride system. And he's also offering a discount code. So if you want to get one of these or try them out, jump over there, find out what his discount code is, get it into the cart, and then you'll get a little bit more off it. Well, anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it, and I will see you next vid.